All right, all right, all right, all right. Good evening. I know we're still working on the schedule going back to back. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. We're not going to start until 10 minutes. So you got 4 minutes. If you just popped in, feel free to go stretch your legs, get a drink, use the bathroom. We're not going to start for 4 minutes. I'm not going to make the change because I won't be here the next 2 weeks. Glenn's just going to go back to back. So he's just going to keep it on Zoom and we'll just take a little intermission break. But at the start of the year, I'm going to give us a 15-minute in between. So we'll go like, 5:45 to 6:30 and then 6:45 to 7:30 or well, I don't know, something along those lines. So we'll get it sorted, try to make it as universally applicable to different time zones as we can. Anyways, but it seems like everyone's getting in okay. Transitioning from one to the other. Good to see everybody. Let me get my chat up here so I can see what you're saying. Good evening, Lee said. All right. Good. Okay, so yeah, you've got 3 minutes. Stretch your legs. We'll come back, talk about the markets, talk about some things. If you're just popping in, we're giving it a minute or two so you don't have to go back to back. So if you need to take a quick bathroom break, get a drink, stretch your legs, and then we'll get going. I've been anxious for this one. I'm anxious to see how everybody's feeling as you see the market pull back a little bit, right? We say, look, just because we're 7, just because we're bullish doesn't mean we expect every day to be bullish. It doesn't mean we expect our trades to just go the right way all the time. It's right. That's an overarching sense. But day to day, there's still going to be ebb and flow. There's still going to be various circumstances that are going to influence price action. We've got to be able to withstand the noise and say to ourselves, is there something there? Or are we fundamentally the same place we thought we were? I'm curious to hear from the group. It's quiet out there. I've only seen a comment from one person. Say hello. Make sure I know that you can hear me. You can see my screen. We're going to get cracking here as soon as my clock hits 6:50. So there we go. Thank you, Miguel. Good to see you, my friend. Yep. Only 14 shopping days till Christmas. 5 days. My family would tease me because I had like a 60-day, 45-day, 30-day, 25. The countdown is down to 5 days. And we're heading off to a grand UK adventure. Christmas in the UK. All right, here we go. Let me start the recording. Good evening, everybody. Officially welcome to the Market Watch Group. Trading Foundation's working sessions. And I hope we start to see more. This is the good stuff here. I mean, in the market sessions, in the group sessions, we go through and try to touch on the continuity. We analyze the market every week to keep an overarching sense of what is this market? How are we trading it? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? At any given time, we know that. And that gives us a good sense of what we're doing in our trading. Then we have our day-to-day, our trading posture. What are you doing now? What are you doing today? This is where you have a chance to ask questions, to be like, hey, I was in this trade. This happened. I didn't like it. Let's talk about it. Good evening, Nicasio. Good to see you. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get to it. As always, we're not brokers. We're not advisors. We don't give advice or recommendation. This service is for education and illustrative purposes only. And let's just go talk about the market. Still setups happening. But let's start with the market. And I have no doubt you guys went through it with Glenn. He gave you his take. I'm sure you're going to see times where Glenn and I see it the same, sometimes subtly different. Sometimes it might be more than subtly different. At the end of the day, no matter what, if I'm right, I'm going to try to keep being right. If I'm wrong, I'm going to try to get right as quickly as I can. That's our Be Water philosophy and mentality. So here's the SPY. Let's talk about it. What do you like or what do you not like about the last? We've had a little bit of selling pressure. Let's talk about it. Are you nervous about it? If so, why? Are you not nervous and you feel like, meh, this is nothing to me? What are the characteristics? So let's just start with our market posture characteristics. What's going on in our short-term trend? So last week, we got here. And even as we were at this high, it just sort of meandered a little higher over that last week. And the stochastics was overbought the whole time. Now we're seeing what? So we just had a higher low, followed by a higher high. And now what is it doing? It's rolling over. Okay, so we had a higher high. What's the next thing in the pattern? Higher low. What's the only way to get to a higher low? Well, we've got to drop to that higher low. So is this concerning? No, not at all. In fact, in this vein, that's really pretty reasonable right there. But let's keep talking about what would make us be like, you know what, I'm concerned. Volume. Below average. Volume. A little bit higher, but still below average. So I look at this and I think, is anything in my trend going to change? No. The current trend basically is in this. It could come down to here, no problem. That's still a higher low. That's still everything moving exactly the way we would want and expect. Right? There's nothing here that's like, oh, we're going to have to reevaluate. No, we're not. Not as of now. If tomorrow it picks up, oh, big day. And then this picks up, oh, yeah, that's trouble. Even that still isn't that could still be a higher low right here. Even that's not like a trend breaker. What am I trying to say? This is fine. This is fine for me. Do you have trades that have gone a little bit against you and you're holding on to them? Probably, me too. Okay. I don't take losses easily when my market posture is 7.25. I'm much more inclined to hold on and be like, all right, let's see what this can do. Okay, so I'm starting to talk about it. I'm not hearing from anybody. Give me your thoughts. Are you thinking the same way? Are you concerned? If you are, what are the primary motivators of your concern? Let's keep with our market posture. So this is short term. Is there anything here? This thing could come down to here. And we would be like, you know what? Still basically in this same uptrend. So no, I don't see any concerns from an overall market standpoint from that. Let's go to the long term. Maybe that's different. Actually, it's quite not. In fact, this thing could pull back all the way down to this blue line and just be very much in line with what it's been doing. So yeah, a pullback is fine here. Now, a pullback is not great if you have bullish trades. Yeah? Because what's happening? Well, of course, your trade's going against you if you have bullish trades. Obviously. But if it could pull back to here, I'd be fine. That kills our Santa rally, so that's not what I'm looking for, but I'm just saying. What else should we talk about? Let's talk about the VIX. Let's talk about the VIX. Oh, there we go. I think there's like a lag sometimes in the chat. We just had like 5 messages pop in. It seemed to be a little delay there. I'm not sure why. Stairs up, elevator down. It's funny. I always say that stocks walk upstairs and fall out windows. But here, not nervous because of the overall market posture. Lee, I agree with you. Does the CPI data come out tomorrow? So what time? Let's go take a look at that. Press, that's a great call out. Press says, I want to know about CPI. Tomorrow, CPI comes out, expectations. Slight uptick on the CPI, slight uptick on the year over year. Flat on the core CPI, flat on the year over year. Okay. That's reasonable. What is the Fed telling us is likely going to happen? Let's reload this and see. $85.15. It's pretty consistent. It's been that way for a little bit. Anyone deviating? Clinton says no concern. Looks like the last two. Yeah, I agree. I feel like, hey, posture's strong. Nothing has wavered. Nothing has really wavered for us. I think it looks good. So, what does that mean? Well, it means you probably have some trades. You may have winners that have given back some and you're still holding on. Some trades may be new trades that have now turned to losers. Don't take losses easily when you're a 7.25 market posture. For those of you who are new and you're still getting the hang of it, again, make sure that you go watch the videos around this. But we've really strengthened here over the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks since the election, breaking us out of the September to October kind of sideways. Fed's in line. Economic data looks good. Yeah. I'm expecting what? I expect this to stay the same. I don't know. Oh, let's go look at the VIX. That's another one we like to look at. Let's go see if the VIX says, you know what, you guys need to look at something else. You're missing something. Okay, maybe we are. Do we see institutional fear? No, right? No. I don't see institutional fear. Looks quite strong. In fact, people are saying, they asked me, they're like, what would it take, Scott? What would it take for you to see your score get even better from a 1.75 to a 2, another lower high? If this thing goes up to 15 and never gets above it, and drops down from there, and then we head on down towards 11 or so, that's pretty high at that point. So yeah, I'm looking. I don't want you to feel like I'm not. I am absolutely, unequivocally looking for signs of weakness. I'm trading like it's going to stay strong forever, but I am looking around like it could end tomorrow. And if it's going to end, I want to make sure that I see it. right? I want to make sure that I see it. Okay, let's go to the watch list. We'll talk about setups, talk about trades. Tell me if you're in one. Tell me if you are thinking of one. Inner thinking. We'll start at the top of the list. Apple. I thought we'd get a little more. Wasn't enough for me. Amazon. Amazon, maybe. Got a great move. If you're in Amazon, I would imagine all profits have been taken by now, and you're looking for the next trade. App loving the Shark Frenzy coming back down. Is there still a possibility for a trade here? I don't know. That's that Shark Frenzy. I told you I am not super interested in Shark Frenzies these days. AXP. Maybe. BAC. Pulled back. Got hurt. If you stayed with it, I actually understand. If you didn't, you might be thinking about it again. The financials got a blip, but you can see that's not super uncommon. We'll get a move up, and then what? And then it just kind of does this. We'll get a move up, and then we'll see some of this. Move up, and then, it can come, and then boom. It can come quickly. I'm going to give it a little time. A downgrade, yeah, those will come. Here's BK. BK still looks reasonable. I still have plenty of room for more trades. BX? Meh. Carrier. Oh, it just keeps going down. This one dropped below the previous low. Caterpillar, we were looking at it yesterday and then it fell apart. Now it's down here. I don't know. CLS. I like CLS. It's on a pullback. If it gives me a higher low, I'm thinking about it already. CMG, higher high. Now what? Making a higher low. So what am I doing? Thinking about it already. CNK. Oh. Communication Services has a couple that I like. Huh? I like Upwork. I like CNK quite a bit. Coherent still looks good if it stabilizes. We made a new higher high, new higher low. So I like Coherent. I would definitely trade this one. Cisco definitely looks like it's pulling back for a potential trade. Like another one of those. Delta. I don't know. Maybe. Here is the Dow. Dow looks pretty strong and not defensively strong. DocuSign looks, they had an amazing earnings, but now it's pulling back. Fastenal. If it holds the 50, we'll still have a conversation about it. If it doesn't hold the 50, there's no conversation for us to have. Fiserv. I'm getting rid of it, I think. We've got a lot of good. I never really got a piece of that thing, and now that it's breaking the 50, it's a no. It's a no for me. Okay, what's next? Flex. No. It hasn't broke the 50, so I'll keep watching it, but that's a no for now. GBTC. Bitcoin's looking quite strong right now. Quite strong. GE Vernova sideways. Gold. Maybe. General Motors. General Motors. Holding the 50, maybe. Google. What was the news? I was looking into this. Why do I use the 50, John says? I find the 50 is a nice intermediate perspective. So it's by no stretch dogmatic, but you're going to find that it's going to play well on an intermediate level. I don't need a 20 or a 12 or anything short term because I look at price. It's going to be much more responsive price and a quicker stochastics. I also don't need a 200, but here's what I'll tell you. If the market, meaning the SPY, breaks the 50 to the downside, we're not in that position now. We're above the 50. But if that happens, then I add the 100 and the 200 because then we start to see the potential for different levels to be reached. So when I'm bullish, I use the 50. When we break the 50 and I'm neutral to bearish, then I'm going to put on the 100 and the 200. You'll see that that's the perspective that I think would make sense. So hopefully that makes sense. They have a quantum computing chip. Oh, that's what it was. All right. I remember Elon said he likes it. Oh, did you impress Elon? I don't know. Okay, what else? Let's keep going. Any Willow. Yeah. Okay. Goldman Sachs still looks bullish. If it works, it could be big. I have no doubt. The things they're doing these days, quite impressive. HWM. Okay. That is something already. I like that right there. I like that for sure. Okay. IBM. IBM on the list, pulling back. I love it. IP. If it holds the 50, worth a conversation. IWM. Yeah. Small caps look okay. JCI a bit sideways. Okay. KKR. I think it's still a valid setup. MasterCard sideways. Meta. A bit overextended. Microsoft. Nope. Morgan Stanley. It's a bit choppy now. Microsoft. Overextended. MicroStrategy. Maybe. NDAQ. I still think there's plenty of things like this that look bullish. We're just waiting for buyers to come in. I mean, look at Netflix. Looks great. NVIDIA, not as much. PLTR, yes, for me. PayPal, yes, for me. Qs, yes. Roblox, yes. Reddit, new setup in the works. RKLB, okay. Holding on. It recovered off the lows quite a bit. Held. Let's see if this thing can recover. SOFI. Bullish. SPY. See if this gives us a little bit of a bounce or if it's going to pull back a little bit more. Quick look at the calendar. Where are we at here? You can see it's just kind of sitting near the middle. Volatility. Now, here's the thing. We didn't get much volatility pump. If we got more volatility pump, things would be much better. That's just a 1% extra vol. We didn't get that. What does that make me think? It makes me think it's not dropping much more and it's going to move back up. It's Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday. Then we get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And if we're sitting up around this area here, that's going to make its money and we'll be done. Again, this one's taking a little bit of time, but hey, we got time right now. This trade's just doing some work while nothing else is, or minimal else is. Tegna. Where are you? There you are. I don't like this stock, I think. I haven't traded it. I don't feel like it's anywhere near getting a signal. I'm bouncing it for me. TJX. No. T-Mobile. It was a weird day yesterday. Toast still looks strong. Tesla, good Lord, Tesla's a beast. A beast. Just since the election, right? Prior to the election, 250. After election, 400. That is a 150 out of 250, 66% increase. 66% increase in a month and a week. Ooh-wee. Taiwan, it's gone a little sideways, but I'll tell you what, for me, I think this was a consolidation. This broke it. It did have a little chunk of piece of volume in there. Hold high. Now, what does it have to do? It's got to hold. Well, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. But that looks reasonable. TTD, very close. Very strong. Very strong. Twilio just starting to pull back. That also looks strong. Upwork. Not as much. UUP. Dollar continues to ride a bit. Here's the VIX. The VIX. Now, we talked about this. We talked about the long-term trend, the short-term trend. We talked about the volume, or at least the lack of volume recently. But what about the VIX? The market has pulled back. Does the VIX make us more or less concerned? Unequivocally less concerned for me. That's not fear. That's hardly a blip. Hardly a blip. This market is not looking stressed despite what we see there. Okay. VRT pulling back. Visco. Visco hitting some resistance. VRT. Oops. This one broke this prior low. So that's a reason. If you took your loss, that makes sense. And that's going to happen. Everything was in place. Everything looked good. What do we think caused the market pullback? Syria. I mean, you know what, press? Yes. Certainly we could put that label on it. I don't know that there's a need for a cause necessarily. Right? This was just a normal market move looking for an explanation. It wasn't like oh, wow, that's clearly this, and we need to talk about why that's the case. So if we're like, oh, it did it because of, X, whatever X is. Something startled the herd. There it is. Walmart. And it's just barely. I mean, look, everything's strong. Nothing's fundamentally changed. Startled. Spooked. Right? A bit rattled is all. But there's no shift in sentiment overall in regard to this. This is another one that I like a lot. Look at this one. Looks fantastic. There are a handful of signals that look good. I have a handful of trades that I'm still in. Some that are working, some that are not yet. That's trading. That is trading. Let's go look at the groups. Real quickly. Did I look at everything today? I didn't see what the futures are doing now. Yeah, not a ton going on. Futures are up 0.08, 0.11, 0.15. Oil 0.5%, gold 0.5%. All eyes turn to CPI report. See, I don't know. See, this guy is looking at the CPI report. CPI is over here. And this guy's looking right at it. But this guy can't take his eyes off of him. You need to get focused, buddy. You need to look over here. Get your eyes on the prize. All right. Let's look at the groups. Oh, we forgot to talk about what comes after. What comes after CPI? PPI. So after CPI tomorrow, Thursday, we have jobless claims expected to stay low. PPI expected to stay flat, even drop a little on the core. Everything looks fine. I'm not worried. I am absolutely not worried. Okay. So we have PPI, core PPI, and then just some import prices. Not much to look forward to. Okay, let's look at the groups. If nothing else, we'll call it a little early. Basic materials, flat. Communication services looks fantastic, looks very bullish. I'm looking for more signals in communication services in some off-cycle stocks. Yes, I like those. Energy. No. Financials. Yes. Did we have a hiccup? Is this still viable just like this was viable and there was a little hiccup here? Like, oh, is it going to try? Nope, went a little further. And then, bam. So, relax. We're still well above the 50. No problem. Industrials. Holding the 50. I still like it. Technology. Still looks great. Higher high, higher low. Staples. Starting to pick up a little bit. Utilities. Utilities have come all the way back down. Walmart does look good, press. I agree. Healthcare. Nope. Staples or consumer discretionary looks great. What do we know? All our strong growth sectors are still strong growth sectors. Our low VIX is still a low VIX. Our trends are still good trends. Our bullish volume is still bullish volume. All our bullish looking stocks are still giving bullish looking trades. I'm still looking for signals this week. Could it change? Sure. And if it does, I'll adapt. But until that happens, things in motion tend to stay in motion. That's my thought. Give me your questions. Give me your thoughts. If nothing else, we'll give you 5 minutes back. Call it a little early and pick up tomorrow morning when the market's open again. Stay in the course, Clinton says. Love it. Keep on keeping on. If there's no reason to get rattled, don't get rattled. It's good advice. That is good advice. Thank you, Lee. It's good to see you as always. Okay. Holding BAC. Plenty of time left, Clint says. Yes, agreed. Plenty of time. I mean, it's not like we're going to hold it forever. We're like, look, this thing should still move in the next few days. It's not like we're like, well, let's give it 30 and see what happens. We're going to give it a few days and see if it can catch what it's supposed to catch. I agree with you. 100%. 100%. Press says I'm good. Looking forward to it. I love it. Perfect. That's the mindset. That's the mindset. All right. Well, listen, I will see you guys now. I hope it's going well with the way we're doing it. Glenn really likes this. So Glenn will be doing Zoom on his Tuesdays, Thursdays. He'll be doing Zoom on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'll definitely be doing the Circle live stream on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use this room or Zoom or I don't know. I'm going to play around with it and figure it out. You like this one, Press says? Okay. That's good feedback. That's good feedback. We might be able to make that work. So wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. It's good to see everybody. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you in the morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. See what the market futures look like. And I'm still looking for some trades to pull the trigger this week. As always, my friends, happy trading.